Hi, everyone. I got to an aha moment yesterday while interviewing a guest of mine and an old friend, Yolanda, and I thought I would share it with you today. I kept wondering why it is that sometimes with bigger challenges, we tend to be able to get into the game quicker. When there's a situation, a huge challenge, something unexpected maybe, or an illness, or then it's easier for us almost to be smacked or pushed into a situation of realization, acceptance, and then having to deal with it. But when it's smaller little challenges, like the weather, for instance, then we tend to not get our game on so quickly. And I was wondering why that is. And with that, I will share one of my vulnerabilities with you that maybe not a lot of people know about and that you cannot feel alone about. So, if you want to find out what my vulnerability is and my aha moment that I learned from Yolandi, please stay tuned. Welcome to Beyond the Brink, a podcast where we share inspiring stories of how to go beyond with your host, Marianne Brink. So, most people that see me on social media and in general in life always, I would say, see me as a positive kind of person, someone that always sees the silver lining to any situation and that probably got things down, that can face challenges, that don't get herself affected too easily by many things. But what a lot of you don't know is that I have a vulnerability, a little bit of a weakness, I would call it, a challenging something that I struggle to deal with every single year. And I am still in the process of figuring out how to properly deal with it. That vulnerability for me is winter. I know there are so many bigger challenges that someone can face. And the reason why I call it a vulnerability is it doesn't sound very brave to admit the fact that I struggle to deal with cold and especially the dry winter weather of Johannesburg and the fact that the grass is dry and the fact that it's just not something I enjoy. But for me to talk about cancer or illness or challenges that I overcome or face, that to me is easier. I can get myself into the game very quickly. And then for me to admit something as petty as weather, especially when I've got a nice house that keeps me warm, I've got a nice bed, I've got a fireplace, I've got heaters, I've got an electric blanket, I feel almost ashamed to admit that most of the times because when I go running, I see all these people waiting for their soup handed out by my local church. And I watch all these street people that don't even have proper blankets or jackets. And I keep thinking, why is it so hard for you, Marianne? Like, seriously, you're a life coach. You know how to figure stuff out. You have overcome so many challenges. And I'm not going to lie, it has boggled my mind for a long time, probably 15 years of being in Johannesburg, because I'm actually from the coast where it's tropical and warm and humid. And for 15 years, I've tried to figure out how to overcome Johannesburg winter. And in this process of going through all my formulas, the ones that I shared about ACE, the acceptance, the making changes, the then having a different experience, and through research that I did on the internet of figuring out, okay, so you have to make peace with the situation, you have to embrace it, and then you have to see the purpose or find the purpose in it, and researching the truth behind acceptance and change and what it all takes. Last night, when I interviewed Yolanda, and after our interview, I said to her, you know what, this is what I've been struggling, and I just cannot seem to get like the answer to it. She actually gave it to me without maybe even realizing. And I figured it all out. I have always known that if I am not present, if I can't be in the moment, then I'm not at my best. I don't perform at my best. If I'm stuck somewhere in the past, overthinking something that happened or analyzing it, overanalyzing it, or beating myself up, I'm not present, and therefore I'm suffering. It's also one of Eckhart Tolle's teachings. Or if I'm thinking about the future, planning too much, preparing something too much, working out how it should go and what I should have ready, then I'm also not in the moment. And that takes me out of the moment, and therefore I suffer again. I'm not at my best then. So I'm in the moment. I think any person really, actually, if they're honest with themselves, are in the moment people. And she said to me, when she was talking about her story last night and how she learned how to be in the present lane, to be living right now, I realized that yes, for 15 years, every year, I've accepted the fact that I stay in Johannesburg, and that's not going to change soon. I have accepted the fact that it's winter and that this too shall pass. I've accepted the fact that it is dry weather and my scalp dries out and my hair dries out and my skin dries out and the grass dries out. I've accepted that, right? And I have changed my mindset about that. I have chosen to see the romance behind winter. I've chosen to think of it as red wine season and hot chocolate season and sitting by a fireplace and reading books under blankets. And I have done that so well. And yet I could not get the experience to be what I wanted, really. Like for moments, yes, but then I would get days where I'm going, it's just not working. I'm actually fooling myself. And then I realized, because I'm not in the moment, with all my acceptance and my changing my mindset and all those things, I found myself so many times in winter wishing it was summer, reminiscing about summer, wishing I was on the beach, holding it out, saying it will soon be summer. And also focusing on my body to get it ready for summer. It's almost as if I'm living for summer. And even though, yes, those are coping mechanisms for me and it has worked, I realized that is it. I have been fooling myself. Have I really truly embraced it? Have I really truly accepted it? I might have made a lot of changes in my head surrounding it, but have I really made peace with it? Because if I made peace with it and if I embraced it and accepted it properly and authentically and for real, I would have been present in the moment. I wouldn't wish it summer. I wouldn't wish that I can wear bikini. I wouldn't look forward to it as much as I am. I would be in the moment. So, from my vulnerability that I shared with you, maybe this could help you. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with winter. Doesn't matter how cozy you make it. Doesn't matter how you try and romanticize it. Winter is winter, and this too shall just pass. But maybe for today, when winter gets to you, when that dry grass is sticking to your pants, and when you're sneezing because it hasn't rained in so long, and when you have to wear thick jackets again, and you feel like an Oros man, and you feel smothered and suffocated and edgy, maybe just remember what I said now and try, just like I am trying, to be in the moment, to be present, to embrace winter, to make peace with winter, to accept winter, and to just be present, fully in your body, using your senses and embracing the moment. Because you can't live in the future, you can't live in the past. The only time is now. So be present and go beyond the brink of winter. Thank you for listening to Beyond the Brink with Marianne. If you have an inspiring story or you know of someone who has one, please contact me. You can find me on social media such as Facebook or Instagram, or email me directly,